everyone, welcome back to my channel. I haven't filmed in a while, so I feel like I'm all new at this again. I've just been busy packing and everything. If you follow me on my social media, you probably heard that Josh and I are moving. I can link the video below where we're kind of going over the whole everything leading up to this move, kind of what happened and our decisions in it and why we're moving, and you get to meet my husband, and Josh gets to talk about his job a little bit and how the whole moving process and just kind of how his job works. Yeah, I think it might be like an hour-long video, but I had fun doing it. That was the first time my husband's ever been on YouTube, so he was a little nervous, but I thought it was fun. So today I just wanted to do just kind of a chatty get ready with me. I feel like I always film these, but those are my favorite to film. So I started editing a candid video. I guess I can start getting ready now. I started editing a candid video. I've been doing it in parts because the first one was only the first, I don't know, maybe 3 sets of clear aligners. Candid, the clear aligners company. That's what I'm using for getting my teeth straight. I remember the first video I made, it was kind of long and it was only the first 3-4 aligners, and I was like, okay, I obviously need to do this in parts, like part 1, part 2, part 3. So I started editing part 2, so I'm hoping to get that done soon. I'm not sure when, just however long it takes to edit. I started editing it, but we'll see. Again, that was only another, so the first part, steps 1 to 3, and then part 2 is like step 4 to 8, I think it was. And when I moved all of the clips in throughout the process, the 3 or 4 clear liners, just kind of like checking in, like kind of a vlog style, there was only a few videos, and when I moved them all into iMovie, it came up to over an hour long again. And I'm just thinking, gonna have to do a part 3 and a part 4 and a part 5 with this. It's fine, it's a good problem to have. I'd rather have too many videos and edit it down than not enough, and then it's just this 5-minute long video. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm in the middle of editing that, and I think that's going well. So I guess I'll start with, I know a lot of people are wondering why Josh and I are packing. I kind of talked about this in the moving video that I made. Like I said, I'll link it below if you want to watch it. It really does cover a lot of stuff. Well, mostly Josh covering a lot of stuff. Yeah, a lot of people are wondering why we're packing so early. And I guess it's just also, and I keep talking about on social media too. If you follow me, you can follow me on all my socials. I have them all linked. I have like my personal account, and then I have like the business one. So I kind of jump back and forth between the two a lot. That's why I'm explaining it. I go in between the two a lot. I guess it's just interesting moving during a pandemic because everything is just up in the air. We could hear back from, my husband works at Amazon. We could hear back from Amazon and we could have to up and move tomorrow for all we know. You know what I mean? So that's why we're packing so early, because we don't know when. It could be 2 months from now, it could be 2 weeks, 2 days, a month, you know what I mean? Like it could be any time. It's just kind of when the stay-at-home order gets lifted and when people start going back to work, because a lot of it is based on, so we live in Seattle right now and they still have the stay-at-home order, but let's just play out, let's say they lifted it tomorrow. That doesn't mean that the movers, you know, whatever moving company or however we decide to move, whether it's a moving company or we do it ourselves or whatever, you don't know if they're going to be back at work right away. You know what I mean? And also, if Seattle lifted the stay-at-home order, doesn't mean that Texas, we're moving to Austin, Texas, doesn't mean that they lifted theirs. So then you kind of have that problem. And also, we don't know about apartments or apartments accepting applications, or you know what I mean? There's just a lot of moving parts to it. And every city and state has been different with the stay-at-home order. you know, I thought Florida and Georgia, I thought they lifted their stay-at-home order and people are slowly going back to work. So you know what I mean? It's just every place is different. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just trying to explain to everyone. We're just trying to be prepared for anything, I guess. We could up and move whenever at this point. We have no idea. That's kind of why we started packing so early. All my makeup stuff right now, everything is just in bags right now. And then all the other makeup I have is packed away in a box. Yeah, I just wanted to explain it because a lot of people are wondering why we're packing so early, and really we're just trying to be prepared for anything. Whenever we have to move, like we're just trying to be prepared. I have my laptop over here with talking points. Oh yeah, and another thing is every time we've moved, so if anyone knows Josh and I, we're pretty minimalist people, I'd say. Well, compared to other friends and family that we have, I think Josh and I live a pretty minimalistic lifestyle. Definitely not, I know some people are like hardcore, way more minimalist than us, but I think Josh and I are pretty minimalist. Every time we moved, it's always been so nice because it always, sorry, I have my mirror here, I have notes here, and then my makeup is kind of behind me in a bag, in like a travel bag right now, so I'm just trying to, that's why I'm like looking all over the place. But every time we moved, it's been so nice because we get rid of so much stuff. Again, I've been talking about this a lot on Instagram stories, how everyone should see the car that Josh and our car is full of stuff that needs to get donated, but none of the donation places are open right now. And we're at a point where our car is full of everything, so many things that need to get donated. It's just, we have this pile of donation stuff in our apartment right now because we can't fit it in the car, which is, in my eyes, it's a good thing. I'm glad that we're donating a lot of stuff. But my point with saying this is it's really kind of eye-opening to me. You know how a lot of people find they have like the sporty style or like the outdoorsy style or a very casual style. Everyone kind of finds their style, you know what I mean? And I don't know, I feel like I haven't really truly found mine, which sounds bad because I run a boutique, so you'd think that I would know my own style, but I feel like it just always goes in waves. I get into this, or like a very sleek style some people have, or there's an account that I follow on Instagram and her style is really all, she always has some sort of black outfit on. It's like a black blazer or black pants or black shoes. That's just her style. She wears a lot of, she goes for that like sleek kind of like all black clothing look, and she pulls it off great. I actually really like it. My point with saying all this is like I'm going through my closet and I really realized I just need to find my style. I feel like it's all over the place. So I was going through clothes and donating them and putting them in the donation bin, and the whole time I'm just thinking, man, I want to have more of a, I guess you could say kind of like a professional look is really what I want to, it's like that's what I want to go for, but I don't know if I pull it off. Because I started slowly switching over a lot of my clothes into more of a, like I was saying, kind of sleek, professional business type look, and I kind of started doing that because we moved to Seattle. And everyone, I talked about this in one of my very first videos, how if you live in Seattle, we live in the downtown area, and a lot of people kind of describe the downtown Seattle area as kind of like a business park, I guess you could say, because it's all Amazon buildings basically, or Google. There's a lot of Googles coming into this area now, and so everyone here just dresses nice, just very business professional. You know, I'm talking sport coats, blazers, you know, nice dress pants, heels. Everyone's wearing heels everywhere, and kind of those long coats that look very sleek and professional. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm describing it very well, but I think you guys will know what I mean. Just everyone dresses very nice. Not, you know, like they're going to go hunting or on a huge hike or anything. Everyone just dresses very professional. So that's kind of part of the reason why I started changing out a lot of my clothing, because I didn't have any clothing to fit into that mold, but I really like it. You know, when I'm going out on a run and I'm just passing all these people going out for lunch on their lunch break, before the pandemic, of course, when everyone was going back and forth to work, they were on their lunch breaks, and I'm over here thinking, I'm like, man, I don't have any clothing like this, but I really like it. Everyone just looks so put together, and they even dress like that on the weekends. Everyone just like wakes up and dresses nice, and I really like that style and that kind of lifestyle, just put together and sleek and professional. So I started changing some things over. And then I found this outfit on YouTube, this girl put together, and I really liked it. And I bought everything that she suggested in the video, like how she made that outfit. And she looked so put together and just like perfect. Like that was what I was looking for. So I went and bought everything. I tried it on, and I felt like it didn't look as good on me as it did on her. We had pretty similar, going from the girl that was in the video, it looked like we had the same body shape, you know what I mean? So I don't know, it's like I'm just trying to find this style right now, and I donated a bunch of clothes, especially during this move, and trying to change my whole closet over into this more sleek look. And I don't know, I just don't know if it's working for me, but I want it to, and I really like it. I don't know, I just think all my clothes are just, you know, kind of the casual jeans, white t-shirt, which isn't bad, I like that. And that's why I kept a lot of just white shirts like this for this exact reason. But I don't know, I'm in this very awkward trying to find my style, I guess. But I really like the kind of, I don't know how to describe it, kind of like punk, like grungy look, also like combat boots and black jeans. I still really like that look. I'll probably never give that part up, but what I'm really liking though, what I really want to get into is I'm really liking the casual blazer look that's becoming really popular. There was this her name is Dress Up Buttercup. She's really popular on Instagram. I'm sure if you're into any fashion type stuff, I'm sure you follow her or seen her pop up for recommended friends on Instagram. And she had this look, and it was a red blazer with a graphic tee and then just jean shorts, and it looked so good. I really want that. Like, I love that look, and I hope I can pull it off. I ordered a blazer, specifically the boyfriend blazers, the ones that are more loose fitting, not the fitted ones. I think that's what people call them, the boyfriend blazers. I don't know, I really like it. I love that graphic tees are becoming kind of the style right now. It's like dressed up but still kind of casual look. I really like that. I shared this on Instagram. I went and bought all of these nice kind of dressed up but kind of casual shoes from, it was actually Walmart, which I'm really surprised about. Well, Walmart's Time and True line is really good. If you're gonna go to Walmart for anything, just go to the Time and True. I think that's what it's called, Time and True line that they have. They always have really cute stuff that's in style. It'll actually last, and it's comfortable, and it fits the way it's supposed to fit, if that makes sense. So all the shoes I got are from that Time and True line, and they had a huge sale, so I bought a ton of shoes, but they were all under like $10. So I got a ton of shoes for $30, I think it came to. I was really excited about that because I'm trying to just like change my wardrobe. I don't know if anyone's been in that situation before where you're just trying to find this style or look, whatever you want to call it, that just fits you. I don't know. I know I really like that, like I was saying, that kind of combat boot, grungy look. I really like that. And I really want to get into this like professional, sleek look. I don't know why. I just like it. I like seeing people that are just, you know, well put together. I don't know how to explain it, but hopefully that comes across and people get it. That you're just, I feel like everyone's been there. You know, you kind of get out of the college sweatpants, sweatshirt, everyday type thing. And I want to start turning into okay, every day I'm gonna wear something that I looked well put together. Like I tried, not just to wake up and wear sweatpants every day or jeans every day. Like I want to make it even go a step further. On another note, our Switch Lite came in the mail this morning, and I'm super excited to play that. Been talking about the game Paladins a lot lately, and all of our friends, they all live in different states, downloaded the game. It's a free download, either on your computer or on your Nintendo Switch. I think they might have it on other game systems too, and I love it. We've been playing it, I'm not even kidding, every single night. We've been playing it with our friends. We log on and we play it, and we play it for a long time too, like till it's time to go to bed. I'm all about it. It's one of those games, Paladins, it's a very nice, light game, just a lighthearted, fun. It's a first-person shooter. It's basically kind of like Call of Duty, but more, there's kind of wizards and there's like creatures, but they also there's this character named Victor who it looks like it's pulled right out of Call of Duty. Classic kind of army looking guy in video games. So they have like all this mix of different characters, and it's just this first person shooter. But like I said, it's very lighthearted and fun, and you know, you don't die and then you throw a fit about it. It's just like, oh, all right, ready for the next game. I don't know, I really like it. I suggest it. It's literally a free download. So you don't even, if you don't like it, that's fine. You didn't spend money on it. So before I started filming, I tried out these. Has anyone tried these? I don't know. I think you just pronounce it's black and it's an eye mask. I think it's a charcoal eye mask. I don't know, what do people think about masks? I always try some masks out because people get them for holidays. You know, when they give you a gift set and there's sometimes eye masks in it. That's what these came in. And I also tried it was a gold face mask. And I don't know, I feel like they don't do anything. I don't know, am I crazy? Oh, I've tried these a few times now and I feel like it doesn't do anything. The whole idea is it's supposed to take the puffiness under your eyes, or if you have discoloration, it's supposed to make it less discolored and less puffy, but I just don't notice a difference. Even face masks, I've used a good amount of face masks throughout the years and I just never notice a difference. I know a lot of people like them for kind of self-care stuff, and I don't know, I can't get into them. I just don't notice a difference, you know what I mean? I don't know what other people are thinking or have a different opinion on it, or maybe there is a difference, but it's so slight that I can't even see it. But that's what I've noticed throughout the years. I want to share some of the products in this video too. So I've been using this Milk tone-up cream. I think it's supposed to, I've been using it as a primer. Let's see, it says, so you're supposed to use it kind of like a cleanser, I guess. Scoop a small amount of milk cream to apply on the face. Brightens, corrects, and moisturizes dull skin. I've been just using it under my foundation, kind of like a primer, I guess, because it said that it helps with discoloration, so I try and get it under my eyes a lot. That's where I have the most discoloration, and it says that it moisturizes. I really like stuff that's really moisturizing on my face, I don't know, if I put too many matte products on, it looks way too dry, so anything that has moisturizer in it, I give it a shot. But yeah, I know Milk makeup is pretty pricey, but I got this on sale, a drugstore price. I think it was clearanced out for like $7 or $10, I can't remember. And usually Milk stuff is pretty expensive, so I was like, all right, this is like a high-end brand, I'll give it a shot. Well, high-end in my opinion. I like drugstore prices. A lot of their stuff is, I think, over $20 or something. So when this was clearanced out for drugstore price, I was like, yes, please, I'll give it a shot. Honestly, it smells like baby powder, but smells don't really bother me. And then it comes out just kind of like a lotion, and then I don't know, I just put it all over, and I haven't had a problem with it messing with the foundation at all. I don't know, I like it. I think it does correct the color a little bit. Nothing revolutionary, but I think it does do something. And then I've been using the new Photo Focus foundation. This is the new dewy one though. So they have a matte one, which I really like the matte one too. But this one is the dewier one and I really like it. A lot of people have talked about this on other YouTube channels that's really great for everyday wear, and it is. I've worn this every single day the last 2 months probably, and I like it. Like they said, use it for every single day. It's a really quick foundation. It is. It's quick. It's not thick or goopy. It's just like this perfect everyday your skin but better type foundation. And I will be repurchasing this. I think I'm over halfway done with it. I don't know, you can start seeing kind of the glass through it. Like I said, I've used it the last like 2 months every single day. If that says anything, yeah, I really like it. And then for concealer, I'm using the e.l.f. This is the matte one. I also have the dewy one, or the hydrating one. So matte, hydrating. These are, I think, $6. These are, to me, these are the best concealer drugstore brand out there. Long lasting, super covering. I love them. I like will not use a different concealer because these are $6 and phenomenal, so why bother? Today I used the matte one. I'm about to set it with this JCat Pearl Illuminizer. This is very, very pearl luminizing. I think it's supposed to be used more for a highlight. So when I bought it, I saw that it was luminizer. I saw that, but in the picture, it looked like it was just white. So I thought, oh, this will be perfect to set concealer under the eye. And I thought it was just because usually under eye and stuff, usually it's more yellow and it doesn't brighten under my eye. So when I saw this online, it was priced at a good price. I think it was under 10 bucks and it was just white. And at the time, I was trying to find something that didn't have a hint of yellow for under the eye. Anything with a hint of yellow in it is just way too dark for my skin tone. So the only other step lighter was literally pure white. So I thought I'd give it a shot. I think it was like $6 on JCat Beauty website. I wanted to give it a shot. It was pure white and I was like, okay, well in the photo it looks like it's just this white loose powder, but I saw luminizer. I wasn't stupid, I saw it, but I thought maybe it was just this white powder. I didn't realize it was going, and in the picture it didn't look shiny or anything, but I think it's pretty bright. It is luminizing. So I used the smallest amount, just literally right here. Yeah, I don't take it out super far, and you can definitely use this as a highlight. It's really good. Don't get me wrong, I like it and I probably will repurchase it. Just saying, it is luminizing for sure. I think it's supposed to be more of a highlight. I just put a little bit in the cap and then just like go in the mirror here. Go right there and then, yeah, right there. That's it. And then I let it bake for a little bit while I do a contour. So yeah, this is the Luxe powder, the Pearl Luminizer from JCat Beauty. I've only been on her website a couple times, but everything looked like it was drugstore priced from the little bit that I saw on there at least. Yeah, so I talked about kind of the style thing, and I talked about how the reason why we're packing so early is because we're just trying to be prepared for anything. We don't know when we're gonna move. It's just whenever Amazon gives us the go, which could be whenever, tomorrow or a month from now, who really knows. So we've been selling a lot of stuff because we're thinking we're gonna do I talked about this also in the video with Josh, my husband, the announcement video that we're moving, that we're thinking that we're probably gonna go with the U-Box. So when we moved to Seattle, we did a U-Box. Basically, U-Haul, they drop off this giant box for you, and then you fill it up yourselves, you pack everything up yourself, and then they move it for you. But the price difference from hiring actual movers that come in and package everything up, was significantly significantly less. I mean, it's a give and take. Obviously you have to pack everything yourselves and move it into the box, but then U-Haul, like the U-Haul company, they move that box for you. I think they could move a car too. So if you have 2 vehicles and you want to do like, what's it called, kind of a hatchback kind of, and they move the car for you, I think they offered that also. But this U-Box was just significantly less than hiring movers. I mean, probably half the cost. It depends where you're going to. I think miles plays a role in it also. But I mean, we moved, North Carolina to Seattle, border to border. So we went probably the farthest distance you could go, and it was still a lot cheaper. So if you're moving and you have stuff that won't all fit into your vehicles, look into a U-Box. I think it's worth it. We're pretty positive that we're probably gonna do that again. So we're trying to sell a lot of the furniture, and yesterday, I talked about this on stories for a really long time. I'm trying to sell the shoe rack, and I got it from Target. Target is selling this exact shoe rack right now for $35. When you sell stuff, you usually get, Facebook Messenger, you get a couple hits on it, messaging, maybe 10 people at a time, not a ton. And the shoe rack, I was expecting the same thing. I thought there would be, 5-10 people that were interested, and you're just messaging them back and forth, setting up times for them to look at them, and the usual. Well, this shoe rack, I woke up yesterday morning, I'm not even kidding, I think there was, between Facebook Messenger, OfferUp, and Letgo, those are 2 buying and selling apps. They're basically Facebook Messenger, but just they have their own app basically. Between those 3 apps, there was probably 30 to 40 conversations I was having with people that were saying, I can pick it up now, or just all conversations. I'm not even kidding. I probably spent all morning, 2 hours, responding to people, waiting for them to respond, trying to set up days and times and places to meet up so they could pick this up. And there were so many people that said like, yeah, I can pick it up, here's the time and place, and then they just didn't respond when I was confirming it with them. And then people said that they were gonna take it and then tried to negotiate the price. And I remember I was laughing at Josh. I was saying, I was not expecting this little shoe rack to be a hit on these buying and selling apps. I was actually kind of stressed with it because there was so many people that were interested, and there was people that just were not responding in a timely manner at all. Because when you have 30 people interested in it, you need to get back to all these people, but then you're waiting for this one person to respond, so then you don't screw over this person saying like, yeah, you can have it, and then they're not responding, but then the other person is waiting for it. You know what I mean? It was just so, when there's 30, 40, 50 people you're trying to get back to in a timely manner, I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe how many people were interested in this little shoe rack. So now we're trying to sell. I have this full, well, you've seen it probably on my website and in my stories. I have this full body mirror. I just got it on Amazon, and I told Josh, I'm like, you're gonna have to post up the mirror because I need a breather after the whole shoe rack. I did get it sold, the shoe rack, but I'm not even kidding. It took all morning. I was probably responding to people for 2-3 hours. I had this long list of things I wanted to get done yesterday, and the whole morning took up to this shoe rack fiasco. So yeah, I told Josh, I'm like, I'll send you the pictures of the mirror, and then you're gonna have to post it up and respond to these people because I need a little break. I need a day off of selling stuff. Amazon has their own, employees have their own little, you can buy and sell stuff. It's through email, so it's only Amazon employees, but you can post up. So for example, Josh posted up this mirror, and you just put the pictures, it's all through email, and then it shoots this email out to all the Amazon employees. That's just how they do it. It's just buying and selling on this email chain. but he was able to sell it right away to another Amazon employee. He actually sold it really fast too. Faster than what I did. Okay, yeah, so kind of on that same vein of buying and selling, we really procrastinated the apartment hunting. But like I said, we're in an interesting time right now, trying to move during a pandemic. Just, everything is over, FaceTime, Zoom, whatever. So we're just in this you're in this limbo, not really sure when you're gonna move. So it makes apartment searching really difficult because you don't want to sign a lease, let's say next week, saying that your move-in date is, let's say, May 25th, but really the stay-at-home order is still in place, into June. So you're just kind of paying a month for an apartment, even though you're not living there. You know what I mean? You just kind of have to, balance it out. I don't know the right word to use for it. It just makes everything kind of more difficult. Oh yeah, so the contour stick that I used was the CYO one. I don't even know if CYO is still around. I got it a year ago, back when the whole CYO foundation was like blowing up and everyone loved it. And I think you can only get it at Walmart. But then I was reading stuff online that they might be discontinuing the foundation, but I don't know if the whole company just stopped. I don't really know, but you can get CYO at Walgreens. Are they still around? I don't really know. I haven't been to Walgreens since I bought these. But I really like the contour stick. This one, it's supposed to be an under eye one. This was garbage. I'm definitely not even gonna use this. Like kind of brightening up an under eye area, but I didn't like it. The contour part is really nice. It's kind of more of a cool tone contour that I like, and it works for my skin tone. I'll repurchase this if it's still around. I don't know, but a little bit goes a long way, you know what I mean? So this will probably last me for a while still. But anyway, so yeah, Josh and I started apartment searching, I think it was maybe 2 days ago. And kind of how Josh and I do apartment searching is, this is what we did for North Carolina too. I think it's just a good, you get a good idea and you do your due diligence kind of thing. We really make sure when we do apartment hunting or searching or whatever you want to call it, we really cover all the bases. I know, we're very picky. We just always cover everything. Make sure we're making the right choice, I guess, is the best way to put it. So we first do a first sweep of apartments in the area, because every place we moved, we haven't been able to go physically walk through an apartment. We didn't do it in North Carolina, we didn't do it here, and we're not going to be able to do it for Austin. Last time when we moved to North Carolina and here, we're not going to pay to fly out here to look at an apartment and then fly back. That just kind of seems silly in my opinion. I mean, you can do what you want, but I don't think we would ever do that. So we've always found apartments through just online, stay in communication with their leasing office. First do a first sweep of the city that we're moving to. And we kind of find the area first that we want to look in, I guess. So you can narrow it down, apartments.com. easily, miles, I want to be this far from work, and they have settings that you can adjust for that. So we first look at the area and figure that out, like what area of the city we want to be in, what's a good fit for us, distance from work. And then we look at the apartments within there. So then we have 3 different columns. We have lower cost, we have a budget also. So we have, we want to spend this much to this much on apartments. So set your budget, obviously. Don't go get the nicest apartment out there that you can't afford. So we look at the lower cost apartments, the medium cost, and then the higher cost of it. So for example, I'll just use what we're doing now. We were looking at apartments in the lower end section from anywhere from $400 to, I think I set it to $700, or no, $800. So I looked at $400 to $800 apartments to see how they looked. That was like the low end on our budget. So then I wrote down a couple apartments, So then later on, Josh and I can go both look at them together. Like I looked at the pictures, just saw what's available, where they were located. And then the medium section, I did 800 to, I think it was 1,000 in that medium end budget. And I wrote a few of those options down, ones that kind of struck me and whatever, you know. Wrote some information down on those, looked at the pictures, see how they looked. And then I went to the higher end budget, which was 1,000 to 1,500. Same deal, wrote a few examples down on that. And then I was gonna show Josh and we were gonna look at them together. And then we kind of base it off of, you know, do the medium budget ones look the same as the higher budget ones? Like, can you get the same thing but for cheaper? Or, you know, should we try and save some money and just go like lower end? And then we just kind of base it off of that, do a first sweep of it. And then we both sit down together and kind of compare what we find, because Josh does the same thing, and we compare what we find. Then you just go from there. Obviously, the nicer looking apartments are going to cost a little bit more, but you know, is it worth it? Or, you know, are you able to afford it each month? Then you just kind of look at the nitty gritty, but we always go and sweep. So then we kind of figure out the price range and the style that we want based off of like the examples that I just listed off, the lower, middle, and the higher end ones. And then we start looking, okay, let's dive deep and let's find an apartment in this, whatever, this higher end, the 1,000 to 1,500 gap, and then look deep at like the lease, and we contact the leasing office, wherever we decide to go with, and then they'll send us examples of the exact unit that we would be staying in if we decide to go with them. We ask them about, you know, a lot of places you have to pay for parking, so you know, that turns into a huge thing also, paying for parking, how much that would be, how much the exact cost would be, because a lot of places have a range when you look online. Like, we have apartments from $900 to $2,000, but look and see what the exact cost would be for that unit. Do you want to do a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom? Is that within the budget? Square footage, obviously. You know, just all the nitty gritty. Look at the common areas too. A lot of places have a common area. Well, I mean like a pool or a park. The one that we're in right now, there's a common area above us that has free coffee and just kind of seating area everywhere, and deck space. It's a common area for deck space where you can grill out and everything. Look at that. Is that something you're interested in? Does it look nice? You know what I mean? Just the nitty gritty. Is the leasing company, are they like, can we add in stuff? So for example, when we moved to North Carolina, we wanted to add in our lease if they could go and spray for cockroaches, because in North Carolina, cockroaches are a huge problem getting into your house, and then they just kind of take over everything. So we wanted in our lease for them to come spray once a month just around our unit. And they said, yeah, we can add that in for you. I don't know the right term for it. Not loose, but like willing to do that for you. We ask about that also, and how long are the lease agreements? Are they a year or 2 year or 6 months? Are you able to break the lease? Can you negotiate that? Are they gonna be nice about that or not? You know what I mean? Just do like a first sweep of everything and then put it in those columns, low, medium, high, and then just dive deep in from there. Figure out what works for you, and then just get down to the nitty gritty. Like, okay, let's find 5 good apartments in this lower budget one, or 5 good apartments that we really like in the medium or high, and then start contacting those apartments and see how they are with the lease and stuff. Get pictures of the exact unit you'll be in, not a model, the one that you'll be in if you get it. Because that's been really helpful for Josh and I, is when they get the unit that we would be staying in, because all the layouts are differently. So, you know, the model that they have online is going to be different from what you're staying in. You know what I mean? For example, they showed us one that was a model for the apartment we're in now, but Josh and I were like, no, can you get pictures or a video of the one that we'll be staying in, and the whole layout, it was a single bedroom like what we're staying in, but the layout was different. Like the closet shapes were different, and I was like, okay, I'm really happy that we asked about that, because that would have been a shock moving in and you're like, oh, this is a 1 bedroom, but the layout is definitely different. Closet shapes were different, which is, you know, not a big deal, but that would have been nice to know. You know what I mean? That's kind of how we do it. We just kind of do it in a first sweep and then a second sweep with us together, and then we kind of like really dive in deep. And yeah, like I said, I don't know if the moving companies are going to be open for us to move or not, so that's kind of like a whole other layer and might change everything, but that's where we're at right now. Oh yeah, another thing I want to bring up about the apartments, go on to apartmentratings.com. That's actually pretty helpful, and go through, because they give it a rating. So some of them that I looked at got a B-, and then they'll have a star out of 5 stars, you know, a 4.5 out of 5 or whatever. And then you can read comments on it also. It's apartmentratings.com. That's really helpful. It helps kind of making your list a little bit less. You know what I mean? Like if an apartment looked really good on apartments.com, which is what we're using to look at apartments. Let's say it looked really good online, and I go to apartment ratings and it'll give it a D or D- or whatever, and all the comments are bad. You can just rule that one out right away. That's what we used for North Carolina, and it was really, really helpful, because some of the apartments we found looked really good on apartments.com, but then when I went to the ratings, it got really low rating, and all the comments were and said that the place had a cockroach problem, but it looked good online. But I'm glad we did that, because then we were able to just cut those couple apartments out. Like, okay, we're not dealing with a cockroach issue. Just like a little tip. I have this really long list on here of things I wanted to talk about, and I think it was a little bit too long. Okay, I've been getting into TikTok. I know I'm not very good at it. I'm like this 24-year-old on TikTok, and I think TikTok is definitely geared towards, you know, high school kids. I don't know, I've been really liking it though. It's just, I remember Gary Vee described TikTok as this just kind of light, good feeling social media platform. It's just like nice and lighthearted, and people are pretty nice on it, and because there's just this huge wide scale on there. You know, I've seen moms on there busting jokes about their kids, and you see families doing all these dances together, and it's just like a nice, very lighthearted app, I guess. And that's kind of what I like about it, is everyone's pretty careless on there. So even if you're embarrassing yourself, that's okay. You know what I mean? You know, all my TikToks are basically about Parks and Rec, The Office, all those classic TV shows that everyone likes. You get the clip of the quote from the video or the show, and then you just kind of talk over it, the funny scenes. I will say this though, it is hard learning it. You need to be patient with yourself when you're learning it. It is not something that you're just gonna whip out and then make one in 10 minutes, not at all. Expect to be on it for a couple hours figuring it out. I think Gary Vee talked about it. I don't know if anyone watches Gary Vee, but he started doing these, I think he calls them tea times with Gary Vee in the morning from, I don't know, whatever, 9 to 11 or something like that. And it's a couple hours, I think. I watched a few of them, and I know he talked to someone on there, and he said literally just get TikTok and then just make an account and then just watch TikToks and learn it. Give yourself, you know, spend a day, 6 hours, just scroll through it, and then you'll learn it and get the gist of it. And that's kind of what I did. I went on there, I scrolled through it, got some ideas, because it's supposed to, the idea is, what he's saying is, if you watch other people's TikToks, you'll get an idea of what's popular, what's trending, what's your style of videos. And it did help. And then I went into YouTube and watched a bunch of YouTube tutorials on how to use TikTok, how to, you know, get a clip, you can change the speeds, and you can edit and cut clips out. There's all these different filters, and it takes a while. I honestly probably spent 2 full days on it. I figured out the minimal on there. There's way more you can do on it. This was just me making my first one. So I just scratched the surface of this app and I spent 2 full days on it. So be patient with yourself. It's going to be frustrating right away, but kind of what Gary Vee said, just scroll through your feed and get some ideas and then go from there. That's really like the only advice you can give, is just be patient with it. Yeah, it's not an easy peasy app to use, but I think the idea of it, why it's so cool and unique, is because you can edit these clips on your phone within the app. There's none of this other stuff you need to get for it. You're literally kind of editing, video editing in your app, or the TikTok app, you know what I mean? So that's kind of why it's difficult and unique and why people like it. And it is fun. I do, like I said, the main thing why I like it is because it's lighthearted. It's fun. It's fun scrolling through it too. I watch every single video that Jessica Braun on YouTube puts out. I watch it. I just love her content. I love it. That is what I would want to be someday, is right up her alley. Everything she does is, I like it. Like this palette, this little e.l.f. palette I've been using is a recommendation from her. Oh, I know she's been talking a lot about in her videos how she's been using just less makeup, period, and how she's noticed a difference. And she recently, it was her birthday, not recently, probably a while ago, but it was her birthday and she was turning 30, and she was really saying how her makeup application and routine now is just very less is more type thing. She's just noticed that it looks better on her, it's prettier, it suits her better, and I have been completely noticing the same thing. Just when I first started doing makeup, I would just load it on, you know, do this super bold look, and I still do those occasionally. You know, if Josh and I are going somewhere nice, I'll more of a bold eye look, you know what I mean? But for every day, like this little palette, I know, same thing. I've been enjoying smaller palettes, which is what she's talked about. She kind of got rid of all of her bigger palettes, and same thing. I haven't gotten rid of all of them, but I have gotten rid of a lot of my bigger palette, and all of them are getting small, you know, 4 shades and calling it a day, and 2 shades I'm putting on my eye, and that's it. And I like it. I think it does. It just, as you get older, and she's talked about this too, as she gets older, she's finding more wrinkles in her skin that she didn't notice before. I don't think I've noticed that, but in my own skin, at least not yet, knock on wood. But I have been definitely noticing that I've been buying smaller palettes that are simpler, and I put 2 shades into my eye, 1 in the crease, 1 on the lid, and calling it a day. And I've been noticing, even in pictures, and I've been even getting more compliments on it too, that the less makeup I'm putting on, the better it is. No, the foundation, that's just a light coverage foundation. It's just lightweight, it's nice, it covers like blemishes on my chin, but it's not heavy and matte and looks cakey. It's just less is more, and it, like, I think everything looks prettier too. I think my eye makeup has been looking prettier, and I've been getting more compliments on it, and it's been easier and faster every morning to top it off. So I don't know, I think that's just I don't know if it's just the style now, or that's just what's I've been noticing. And I know she talked about it, and it's funny that she was talking about it because I was noticing the same thing myself. You know, even before I watched her videos, I was kind of noticing it. I just noticed I was even decluttering the bigger palettes that I have, that I'm like, you know, I don't even use this anymore. You know, I've been using a lot of these smaller ones. They're just quicker. In the morning, throw 2 shades on my lid, and then I'm calling it a day. And even my husband's noticed, you know, it's easier, and I think it looks better. Just a nice wash of color over your eye. I even been using 1 shade sometimes. I'll get out an example. Like I said, we've been living out of bags, so we kind of have to dig for everything. So I get a ton of compliments when I use this one, which is a recommendation from Jessica Braun, this L'Oreal Chromatic Bronze. I have it in, it's 01, As If is the color name. Every time I wear this, I get compliments on it. And then I have a ton of these ColourPop single shadows. You can get them at Ulta for, I think they're $6 a piece. Yeah, these I usually this is it. I would just put this on. I just put these on. I have them in a ton of different shades. They have a ton of them. Just go to Ulta. If you're looking for one shadow, this too, this is a loose pigment, so you would probably need some sort of glitter glue or good eyeshadow base primer to get it to stick, because it's a loose powder. But whenever I wear this, I like it. It's just a really pretty wash it's kind of rose gold pink color on the eye, and I really like it. Same thing with this, just 4 shadows. I put this in the crease and either this shade or this one of the 2 shimmery shades all over the lid, and that's it. That's what I wear. These ColourPop ones, I just put on an eyeshadow base. These aren't loose pigment, and then just put on my finger all over the lid, done. Super quick and easy. Guess what? I think it looks better and it looks perfect for everyday wear. It's easy, right out the door, everyday makeup. I don't know, I've been really liking that this is kind of the trend, that less is more style. I really like it. If you're a mom or anything, I'm sure that this is right up anyone's alley, especially if you're a mom. Maybe after this or tomorrow, I'll see how I'm feeling after I'm done filming. I was going to do a update on the app Curtsy. If you guys know, I started a podcast. The first podcast I ever made, I was talking about the Curtsy app and how I just been loving it. I just can't talk enough about it because I've had such a good experience with it so far, and I've had it for only, at this point, maybe 2 months now. It's just so, you can go to the podcast and listen to it, but I wanted to do I'm kind of doing episodes, so episode 1 of Curtsy, and then I was gonna play with the app a little bit more and learn it more, and then do an episode 2. So I wanted to do another episode of it talking about, okay, like I did some research and this is what I kind of learned about the app and what's been working for me. And so I was gonna film that. I know I've been talking a lot about how on Instagram stories, so when you start a podcast, you make an episode. My husband Josh and I are using Anchor for it. So we film it on our phone and then we go into iMovie, and then I split the clip to audio, just audio, and then you can upload that audio to Anchor. It's really easy. It takes seconds depending on how long your podcast is. So you have the audio, and then you upload that audio onto Anchor, and then the Anchor, they kind of develop it, and they send you an email, so it'll first get uploaded to Spotify, Castbox, Google Podcast, all those podcasting platforms. They send you an email every time it gets live on any of those podcast platforms. So the first email I got was, congratulations, your podcast is now available on Spotify. And then the next day, congratulations, your podcast is now available on Google Podcasts. There's 11 different podcast platforms that it gets uploaded to. And every time it gets uploaded on one, it sends you an email letting you know that you can listen to it on these different platforms. And my husband is having the same problem, so I'm glad that I'm not the only one dealing with it. And I get there's a pandemic going on, so there's going to be less workers, because I think they have to approve it maybe. I don't really know what the process is, but I'm guessing that Anchor, whoever is working has to, or not Anchor, but people have to approve it, and then they make it available on all these platforms. But it got uploaded, and again, like I said, my husband is in the same boat. It got uploaded to all the platforms except Apple Podcasts, which my husband and I listen to a lot of podcast stuff, and I think Apple Podcasts is probably the most popular one, if not the most, one of the most popular ones. And it's not uploaded on there yet, and it's been over the day limit. It said that if it's not on Apple Podcasts in 2 weeks to fill out this form and contact them. Hi everyone, it's Editing Brittany here. I'm just finishing up this Get Ready With Me video. And I know there's a ton of links for this video. I did my best. I watched through it and wrote everything down and got it linked below. But if I miss anything, leave it in the comments. But I wanted to say that Apple Podcasts did get back to me. They must have got back to me shortly after I got done filming this video. But yeah, it's on my podcast. It's Brittany Schmidt is on all platforms now. And I will link it, like I said, I'll link everything where you can listen to the podcast below. But yeah, just wanted to jump in here and say that because I sound a little like snobby in the video when in reality, like 2 days after I filmed that, they got back to me. So they must have just been behind on getting back to people about the podcast and getting it approved and everything like that, if that makes sense. But yes, everything is linked below. The podcast is up. We're all squared away there. Both my husband and I filled out the form and we contacted them, and it's just, we both just have short little 10-minute podcasts up right now, just a short little clip, and it's not up yet. So we filled out the form and contacted them, and they still have not gotten back to us about even that, like the form that we filled out. And it's so frustrating because it's live. It's available at all these other places except, the most popular one, Apple Podcast. So I don't really know what to do at this point. It's been over a week since we filled that form out, and we still haven't heard anything back from them at all. So I really wish it was available on Apple Podcasts, because I feel like everyone uses Apple Podcasts, not all these other platforms, but it's just making everything, it's just kind of like throwing a wrench in the plan that we had. The idea is on my podcast, it was going to be kind of really lifestyle based, just sometimes Josh will come on, like we had the moving one and he came on and he talked about his job and the moving process and why we were moving and all that. And Josh is doing a little bit different. His is more business, and he's kind of talking about spiritual type stuff is what he's doing right now. But it's making it hard because we can't upload all of these videos right now because we're just kind of waiting to hear back from Apple Podcasts why our videos aren't getting put on their platform. So he's just recording all of these podcasts and he just has them saved on the laptop right now. They're ready to go, but he's waiting to post them. So yeah, like I said, it's just throwing a wrench. I don't know why. I had no reason why it's taking so long or why we haven't heard back. And I thought that all these videos were going to be posted by now, but they are not. So sorry about the podcast thing taking a lot longer than intended. My husband and I, yesterday was Cinco de Mayo, and we ordered food. My husband changed his email. He got a new email account. He's trying out, I've never heard of he did have Gmail, but he's trying out this new one just to see if he likes it. So he made a new account on Postmates. I think when you open a new account, they must give you a credit or something. So we had some credit to use since he kind of in a roundabout way opened a new account. He said it didn't let him change his email, so he had to just make a new one. So we got this credit that we use for Postmates, and I'm just thinking, man, we've been eating out. Has anyone else been eating out significantly more? I am so happy that restaurants are becoming, how restaurants have more healthier options, and there's restaurants that are geared just for healthier meals. There was this one that we went to in North Carolina, and it was basically a whole restaurant just for salad bars. You know what I mean? You can create a salad. I just remember back in the day, all restaurants were just kind of unhealthy. It was primarily just a lot of fast food restaurants. At least it seemed like it. I could be wrong. Maybe they've been around forever and I have no idea, but it seemed like it was primarily fast food or just not very good food. I'm so happy that now in 2020, there's restaurants that are just geared towards healthier options, or restaurants have more healthier options. They have the greasy food, but also, you know, they have this kind of like keto. Josh and I do keto, so I have kind of this keto friendly section, you know what I mean? Just so I don't feel that bad if we eat out a lot more than normal. There's a restaurant by us, and I think it's just protein shakes. It's a whole restaurant just based on healthy protein shakes, which I think is really cool. That's just another example of one here in Seattle, but you know what I mean. We can order out, but I don't have to feel bad every time or feel obligated, like, okay, I guess I'm gonna get a burger and fries again. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, I need to put on mascara. The food we got was really good also. I got a breakfast burrito, but there was chorizo in it. That was really good. And then chips and salsa, because it was Cinco de Mayo. And then my husband ordered, it was kind of a taco platter. So he had fish tacos, chicken tacos, and then there was one more, but I can't remember. Oh yeah, we had a side of rice also and beans. But it was really good. My husband and I were talking about that the other day, how back in the day, I don't think they had a lot of options of restaurants that are just healthier now, which maybe that's why a lot of more people are eating out nowadays, is because there's healthier options out there, not just bar food or greasy food, or you know what I mean. Home cooked meals is still the overall healthiest route to go, though. At least you can go and splurge a little bit and not feel like crap the next day. I just keep thinking about how many clothes that I've gotten rid of in this move, but then I'm also kind of what I talked about in the beginning, that I'm trying to change my whole style and look. So then I bought a bunch of clothes in the last couple weeks, trying to think of outfits that look that more sleek style that I'm trying to go for, and just kind of like put together professional type look. Those blazers that I talked about, I ordered a blazer, but I'm setting the bar really low on it because I didn't know what to. There was no reviews on it, so it was a gamble, but I got it on a really good clearance, and it was exactly what I was looking for from the picture. But like I said, there was no reviews on it, so I'm setting the bar really low. I might have to return it right away. But it has that like casual but nice professional blazer boyfriend look that I was looking for, so I'm really excited for it. And I was at Walmart to pick up those shoes I was talking about, because I ordered a couple of them online, and I went to go pick them up, and I went to the graphic tee section because I know graphic tees are coming back into style, you know, like a blazer with a graphic tee to pair with it, and I really like that look. It's like professional but still kind of casual. I really like that. They were sold out of all of the graphic tees. I couldn't believe it. I mean, sold out. They had those racks that turn in their slots, and then you can spin it around, and there was a ton of options for graphic tees, and they were all gone. Snagged one, and it was a graphic tee, like a band tee, and they happened to have it in my size, but I'm talking they were fresh out of all the others. I could not believe it. I'm just thinking, I love that graphic tees are coming back into style, but I also have seen that the price on them have skyrocketed on Poshmark, even buying them used. There's people that are flipping them, buying them used, but then flipping them and posting them on Poshmark for, I don't know, way more than what they probably originally bought them for, which I get it. You know, you're trying to make a profit on it. I get the business side of it. It's just frustrating when it's, you know you're overspending on a simple graphic tee. It's like a love-hate relationship. I don't know. I get the business side of it though. I really do get it. I get you obviously need to make a profit on it in order to keep doing what you're doing, starting your business. I see it from both ways. If you guys have never seen the show on Netflix, Friends from College, it's only 2 seasons. I'm really bummed that they're done with it now. It's excellent. Excellent cast. It's hilarious. It's so funny. I've been watching these 2 seasons on repeat. I love it. It's such a good show. And no one talks about it. So if you guys have never watched it, go check it out. It is really good. My husband actually likes it too. And he's kind of picky with Netflix shows. And he really likes it. He's bummed that it's done now after 2 seasons. Having it on repeat. It's on right now as we're talking. I know that I'm not the only one that films with the TV on silent. I don't know, I just need the TV on. I don't know, I just need something. I can't just film in complete silence. I need to have something going on. It just helps me be more productive and more relaxed and everything. I don't know, I don't get it either. I know it's weird, but that's what I do. You know, Office, I know a lot of people have The Office on in the background. Or Parks and Rec is another one, just those common ones. I saw Jessica Braun did a video recently about how she got into running and started running. I feel like a lot of people get sick of me posting about keto stuff and working out, but it's just something in Josh and I's lifestyle. Like, that's just what we do. It's a big part of our life. We work out a lot, and we've been doing the keto diet for a couple years now, so it's just part of our lifestyle. That's it. I don't mean to be annoying or anything about it, like, oh yeah, going on a run. I'm not. Keep in mind, I also post about it a lot because it helps me with self-discipline. So in the morning, if I go and look on my stories or see that I posted about it, it helps me feel more motivated and have self-discipline, like, oh yeah, I ran 3 miles, let's try and do 4 miles today. You know what I mean? It just helps push me and motivate me is all. I'm not doing it to boast and be like, look how many miles I ran today. No, I'm not doing that. It's just, I've always been someone that works out a lot, and it helps me motivate myself for the following days ahead and push myself to get better and run longer. But she posted a video how she started getting into running and running longer and further now. She was doing, I think, 3 miles roughly, and then recently she started running on average probably 5 or 6 miles now every day. And I really liked that video, and a lot of the points she gave were points that I've been also doing, you know, my entire life, and I thought that was so genius. So I might do a video on that because I guess I just got really inspired from it, and a lot of the points she made were exactly what I've been doing, kind of what I have always been following. So I might do a video on that. I feel like I'm just like snagging her ideas, but they were really good ideas. And I have a couple more to throw in also, but I was like, that's a good video idea. Like, just telling people kind of what motivates you and helps you, and not to stress about working out or anything, and how to get more motivated, and what's helped me run further and longer, and you know what I mean? So I might do a video on that. I started a list of the next Amazon video that I want to do. It's gonna be a lot of furniture, housing type stuff. I should probably just film that right away. I started a list, and me starting that list, I already have probably 10 to 20 things already on it, which is more than enough to show in a video, so I probably could just make that soon. I want to finish up this candid video that I'm editing. I think I'm gonna try and do this one next, and then the Amazon one. I was gonna do a vlog a couple weeks back, a week in the life, but with all this moving stuff, it doesn't even seem, it's just gonna be us packing the whole time in the vlog the whole week, doing research on apartments. I don't know, I think it would have been boring. That's why I kind of put the vlogging stuff on hold right now until we're moved. And I want to vlog, I do want to vlog though, us being on the road, traveling to Texas, whenever that's gonna be, no one knows, but I would love to vlog that because I think that would be kind of fun for Josh and I to look back on in the future and show our future kids and everything. But I think I'm gonna end the video here. I covered almost all the topics for the most part. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I know this was kind of all over the place. I just had a list of things that I've been thinking about lately, and wanted to hear your guys' opinions and fill you in on what's been going on the last couple weeks and kind of how the move has been going and how it is moving during a pandemic. Hope you guys enjoyed this type of video. I really like it. These are my favorite types of videos. Please feel free to subscribe. Follow me on all the social medias. I have everything linked below. Give this video a thumbs up if you want more of it. And if you follow me, you get notifications right away whenever I upload. But thank you guys. I love you all so much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.